Hello, Aries. Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead. How are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I already appreciate you. Thank you so much. So I am here to read for you, Aries. We're going to do it a little bit different this week, tiny bit different. We're going to do like sort of 3 little short readings, and we're going to be looking at what's for you, what's not for you, and then we're going to hit it up with some tarot at the end and figure out what is going on with you in the week ahead. So if you are Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, there could be something here that is for you. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate for everybody, blah, 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 right? It's all down in the description. All the reasons why you shouldn't necessarily act on anything from a general reading. Okay. If you're interested in a private read, please look below. You will find the yellow dot in the description where I do have a lot of different packages going down. All right, here we go. Aries. What is for Aries? Aries, what is for you? What is for you? Oh. Somebody's going to quit a job. Somebody's quitting a job here for sure. That's the first thing that came to the mind. So we have the scythe, right? Which the scythe is very sharp. It used to be used back in the day to cut wheat, to harvest wheat, and it always had to be kept at an optimum sharpness, right? They would have to, because if it was, of course, dull, it would slow things down. So I feel like it's taken a long while, yeah, because they used to cut down this wheat with the scythe, right? So the Jack of Diamonds is here. That's the Knight of Pentacles. It's taken a long time, I feel, to get to a place where I feel like I can begin again. And this is the new start. Begin again, I say, because of 10, and 10 breaks down to a 1. And then we have card number 13, which is the Death card, right? There's been some type of transformation here. Something has ended so something can begin. And it feels like it happened in a snap. Like something happened really quickly. So if it's a job, because we're talking about money, that's what the fish are. If we're talking about money and wealth, because the King of Pentacles, bottom right-hand corner, right? That's the one who is balanced, generous, and down to earth, right? That one's the bean counter, or the accountant, the actuary. So I feel like if it's about money, I feel like you quickly are going to be changing jobs, I think. We're thinking about it right now, and it's going to be a quick transition, I think. You thought about it for a long time, but the Jack of Spades is here, and that is the Knight of Swords. So it feels like it happens quickly. The ending happens quickly, but there's money flow from it. So either you make possibly you cut out a middleman and make more money on a product, or it feels like you are being blessed with abundance because you chose to close you chose to accept this transformation and close something and open something again. And I feel like it ends up, if it's not about money, it's about abundance. Abundance covers a lot of stuff, right? And abundance can be love. Abundance can be anything. All right. I don't like that. Right? That is the sarcophagus. You know, somebody pretty important was buried in a sarcophagus in Egypt. Yeah, in those times, right? It was always kings and rulers and stuff like that. They wanted to preserve or protect the body, so they put them in a sarcophagus and then buried them deep in the earth, right, or deep in the pyramids. So it feels like here that something has. What is it? Has or is? I'm just listening to Charlie. Hang on. It almost feels like it's energy that you've dragged into the present moment, is what I want to say. It's like it's not over yet, but it's going to end soon. It's going to end soon, and when it does, it will end quick. It's been a long time coming, but there is going to be an ending, and you are going to be single at the end of it. And it is about the self. It's about you, Aries, right? So I feel like you drag this on for a little bit is what I want to say. But if we're talking about a job or a relationship, I feel like something is about to end. Something is coming to an end. And it might be a relationship. Yeah, I'm sorry to say, but 3 and 2 is 5. That is lack. And this card is about deep feelings. It's about, thinking the world of someone. You're really deeply connected to them. I feel like somebody disconnects from you. 8 of Cups. So I feel like there's a transformation here. It feels like something ends and something begins again. So it feels as though this is someone that is deeply connected to you, is what I want to say. Someone who is deeply connected. But this is different. This is different. This might be something you're in right now. This is a deeper connection. This is a transformational energy here. That it's like it comes to you overnight. It's a transformation. It's like one moment you're not thinking about it, and the next moment you're like, oh my gosh, really? It feels like you've had it like a realization, or you want to begin again, because the child, right? The child is a new beginning, and their mind is fertile, and they're open to all suggestions. It feels like a surrender to me, because it is Scorpio energy, right? It feels 13 is the death card, which is Scorpio energy. And then it feels like there is somebody that it's like you've given yourself up to the universe, and they give back to you. Well, this is what's going on, Aries. This is what's going on. I think what's going on, Aries, is you're about to come into your abundance. Yeah. Whether you're feminine or masculine, right? Don't get caught up with the picture on the card. But I feel as though your abundance is coming in money and in love. You've been holding this one cup here for a new beginning. Card number 28 is a 10, right? Breaks down to a 1. You've been waiting for this new beginning for a long time. All right. That is what is for you. What is not for you, Aries? What is not for you, Aries? Let's look at the Kipper. Always a 50% chance of it going sideways. Kipper's interesting energy. Look at, threw one out just when I said that. There we go. Okay, there's great fortune in somebody here. A mature woman, maybe someone who's older than you, someone you might have feelings for. Number 6 does give me a little bit of energy of the Lovers. Maybe this is someone that you're connected to energetically, but I think that this person's been working on themselves. They are all of it. Yep. Yeesh. Okay. What is not for you? We've got the courtship card on the bottom of the deck. That's very curious. What is not for you? I feel as though you should not hold yourself back from a new beginning. And I feel like, we had the last hand where I feel like something is ending for you. I feel like you should not, what I want to say is don't stand in the doorway. Stop playing traffic cop. When people are coming into your life, allow them to come in. When people are leaving your life, allow them to go. Stop holding on. So I feel like you're having a hard time letting go of something here. And that's not for you, I think. I feel you're feeling imprisoned, like you're not wanting to make a decision because of, you might hurt this person. They seem vulnerable to you, or, they seem very vulnerable. And should you decide that you don't want to do this anymore, that you can't, you know what I mean? It feels like you can't make a decision because you're thinking about how they feel. I also feel like, the journey, it's like you're at the beginning of a new journey with this person here. Someone else is on the mind is what I want to say. And so I think this is what is not for you. I think that there is a journey that you are yet to be on that is about to begin, I want to say. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like there is a new cycle or some big changes coming, and it has to do with someone that is a mature woman. So it could be someone who's older than you, but if they're not older than you, they could be full of wisdom, someone who's very spiritual. I feel like you're the person who requires all of the attention in a relationship. So what I want to say is that the main male and great fortune, I feel that you've been working on yourself, first of all, working on yourself really hard. But I think what is not for you is ego. So be aware of that, right? Great fortune and the main male, I'm going to say be careful of ego. Be careful of ego because of great fortune. If it is money we're looking at, but understand great fortune could be anything. Yeah. Just like the fish, they could be anything. So I feel as though you are stuck in a relationship because of not wanting to hurt somebody. And I mean, we've all been there, right? In a relationship, knowing full well that this isn't going to go the test of time. I'm not sticking around forever, but you're in two minds about trying to break up with someone in the week ahead. I feel it's because this is something that you can't get out of your mind. that the Wheel of Fortune is turning forward, or fortunate things, it's divine timing, all of that. And it's divine timing, and so you're having nudges from the universe. This mature woman might be all of it, all the beans for you, right? And I feel like you've got courtship on the mind. All right, let's throw some tarot. It's going down. What else can you tell me about Aries, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Can you tell me about Aries in the week ahead, please? In the week ahead. Aries. What else does Aries need to know in the week ahead, please? Aries, the week ahead. Got the Queen of Swords, Strength card, and the Ten of Swords. I think it's taken a lot of strength for you to be quiet about something, is what I want to say. It almost feels like you can't hold it back anymore. I can't hold it back. It feels like the strength is, I'm trying to hold back. I want to be seen, but I'm trying to hold back. 10 Swords. I want to be seen, though, and I got something to say. 5 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Be careful. Be careful, be careful with what you say. And because that's tense or intense energy. It can be like, saying something that you didn't mean one way, but it ended up sounding like the other because you were careless in the delivery. So just be aware of that coming in the future energy. Interesting. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles and the Hermit energy. Something here has been moving really, really slow, is what I want to say. So first of all, energies, we have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. We have Virgo here. And we have Leo. So could be dealing with any one of those energies. First impressions, what I get here, my gut is telling me that there is something that's been rolling along for a very long time, or something. It's almost like something that you've been thinking about for a while. It's been a long cycle of thinking. It was an ending that came, and I feel like you're thinking about the ending. And I feel like you want to have a conversation because the Ace of Swords is sticking through that their crown. So I feel like after the ending, and it's been a long while, you want to reconnect to someone because you want to speak to them. Hermit energies, I've been all by myself thinking about this for a long time, and I think I'm strong enough now to be able to go forward and be seen by somebody who you could see as the Queen of Swords. Somebody who is very intense, right? Saw the 5 of Swords on the bottom of the deck, who's very intense, speaks very clearly, is very factual, someone who's going to be sort of grounded in the conversation, but being very cerebral. So I think that you have been waiting a long time to reconnect. 5 Pentacles is in the reverse. It's a reconnection, or we're feeling a little more abundant. I think I can go to the 6. It's like it's not the hard energy of being closed down and disconnected. It's like somebody's making a decision for reconnection. I feel like you've been thinking about somebody for a long time in the Hermit mode here. They could be Virgo, but it doesn't have to be. It's about going over the details of self. It's about self-preservation. It's about learning. It's about wisdom. So I think you have enough strength and wisdom to be able to reconnect to somebody that you haven't connected to in a long time. That's what it feels like, because Pentacles are years. So maybe you've been silent with this person for 5 Pentacles. Maybe it's 5 years. We have a 6th one here. It could be 6 years. But I feel like there has been an ending, and then it was silent after the ending. And I feel like we need to talk about that. I think that the Queen of Swords is going to liberate both of you in this conversation, or liberate you for sure. Liberation is because now you feel a little more grounded, you have more wisdom, you've grown, right? And I think now you're finding you've probably tamed your inner beast, and so maybe some of these swords were in the reverse. Do you know what I mean? Like we saw the 5 of Swords on the bottom of the deck, so still be careful about that. But I think you've grown into someone who's really responsible for your words. You're accountable for the things that you say, and I think that you need to speak to someone who is the same. I'm kind of feeling twinny energy. I'm just saying. We've got the 4 of Cups, and we've got the High Priestess, so we've been silent with each other. We've been bored AF. in our energies, redundant, not going anywhere, not doing anything, and it's been silent. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, we go from silence to giving reciprocity. So I feel like with the Knight of Wands here, it feels like you want to make some type of quick move or impulsive move in the week ahead, and it has to do with swords. It might have to do with someone who is, that just fell out, I'm not going to ignore it, Queen of Pentacles, someone who's Capricorn, or someone who's Taurus, Virgo also, because we're in a general reading, right? We do have Virgo energy here though. Tell me about the reconnection for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Look at that. Something ended. What ended is the silence. Yeah, we are transforming the energy. You, my friend, have decided you are transforming the energy. We spoke about the Ace of Swords, right? And it appears. And I feel as though it's time for a conversation. I feel like you're feeling balanced. I feel like you've had enough time to gain some wisdom over the situation. And it is time to gain balance, right? And then Libra comes out. And then the Two of Pentacles. I feel like you're trying to find time to pay attention to this, to try and get the reconnection going. But I feel like your life is really busy. I also feel like you're in a growth, a period of growth, but you've been waiting a long time. Because I got 5 Pentacles and 2, and I do feel the that it's off and on. Sometimes you feel imbalanced, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're disconnected from people, sometimes you aren't. I think it's the energy you're trying to harness in this scorpionic energy, getting organized, going at things a little slower, or maybe planning a little better. I feel like you're trying to plan this conversation because you now need some balance. I think you need justice, and I think you're now thinking about what can I do to make time to get this reconnection going here. Your reconnection could be to a Virgo, could be to a Leo, could be to Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I feel like there is a reconnection that's going to happen here. We've burned our time, and I'm going to go into the extended. So we are going to talk about all of that. I haven't even pulled out the oracles yet. So let's go in and do that. You're going to look for the link that is the first in the description. And if this is where we part, then I will be back for sure. And you will have more energy soon. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming here. Hope to see you in the comments. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on the way out if you're liking this content. I'm going to go for now. Thanks, guys. See you in the extended. Bye-bye.